first year of professional football has really opened my eyes, and I think it's just been a real good opportunity to show people what I can do and what I've learned to take me forward into next year and the seasons ahead. It's been really exciting because it really opens your eyes into what men's football is really like and how different it is to academy football. When I come as a 19-year-old, I think I'm leaving as a much different man and player now. I want to be a West Ham player. I want to start in the West Ham first team. That's always been the dream of mine. However it happens, and that's the mission that I want to try and achieve. It's definitely the best decision I made in terms of my development. Being at Wycombe, it teaches you so much. Being in League One, it's like a whole new style of football, and all the lads there, and at Wycombe, the manager and his coaching staff, Matt Bloomfield, Richard Thomas, all the background staff at Wycombe helped me out a lot last year. The fans are brilliant at Wycombe. They took me in nicely, and it was just a major step in my career. In the first couple of months, I found my feet, and ever since then onwards, I loved it. I enjoyed every single match, every single day I was in at Wycombe. I loved it. It really has helped me out going into this year, and hopefully this year can do exactly the same thing.
I think that there's been significant interest in Freddie since his performances last season. We were obviously fully aware of what he'd achieved in his first line at Wycombe, having played against him a couple of times, and I thought he was one of the outstanding players at the level last year. So, we thought that we'd see how the summer settled down. We knew that Freddie would be involved with the first team over the summer, as he was, and it was just a case of us then being patient and waiting for that opportunity to come about. So we registered our interest really early with West Ham and the player. Made sure that if anything did come about, that we would be, candidates to be in the mix. And thankfully, towards the back end of pre-season, we managed to get the loan deal done. So we were delighted to get it done.
This year's it's a bit more different. Portsmouth's a bit further away from where I live in Essex, so it's a bit more permanent staying down here rather than at Wycombe, where I was back and forward most of the time in the hotel. I'm a bit more settled down here in terms of actually living down here. But like I say, I love the area. I love the people in the area. It's a real nice community, and it's a new step for me in terms of off the pitch. I've never lived by myself, never really cooked for myself, never really cleaned for myself. It was always my mum that used to help me out with that, but this time you learn a lot off the pitch, and you start to turn into a man, really.
Freddie had a great season at Wycombe. He done really well, made us all proud at West Ham. And that is, I always said when we came back in the summer, Freddie's experience and what it looked like to us from where we were is the pinnacle of a successful loan. Our main goal is to make sure that the player is happy, make sure that he's got everything that he needs, and there's no excuses for him not to be playing or at least being on the bench. I think he's the type of player that nothing really phases him. He's from a footballing background. His brothers played in the Premier League. His father's played in the Premier League, so it shows what his pedigree is. So the only thing that he was missing probably is the experience. When he comes back to the club, he'll be asked a few different questions because now he's maintained playing regularly in League One. Then he's come to Championship, playing regularly in the Championship, and people are posing different questions to him. So we're expecting a lot more when he comes back to the club for next season, and I'm excited for him.
Yeah, the Portsmouth fans, they're incredible. There's not many stadiums that can sort of generate the same atmosphere as it can at Fratton Park when it's full. It gives you that sort of adrenaline rush that you sort of want before a game. When you're lining up to play, you can really feel the adrenaline get to you, and you want the whistle to blow and to get going. And once you feel the energy, you can feel it as a player, and you want to win. I knew that before I joined Portsmouth. I knew the fans was a massive factor of why I wanted to come here. I played against Portsmouth last year at Wycombe, and when I come here I've always said that this has been the toughest place to play, especially when the fans are behind the team and the players are playing with the intensity of the crowd, and these are the environments that you want to be playing in, and it's been so good for my development and my progress so far, and I'm really enjoying it so far.
I think he's integrated seamlessly, to be honest. He's a really nice young lad, really nice, polite young lad. Don't hear a huge amount from him, and maybe that's an aspect of his game where we can start to eke a bit more out of Freddie, because as he becomes a bit more comfortable at the level and a bit more comfortable with the group, I think those leadership traits that I think he's definitely got within him, we can see a lot more of, and we can see a more vocal central midfielder. But he's fitting really well. I never have an ounce of an issue with Freddie, whether he's been in the team, whether he wasn't in the team at the start of his loan. He just wants to improve. I think he wants to come in and do well, and I think he's got this real hunger to improve himself this year, so that he goes back and hopefully competes in the Premier League next year.
And everyone's been really good to me. Everyone's helped me out a lot. I think it's just it's the natural step. You know, you have to move out sometimes in football and be by yourself, and it's just the part of my development that I've chose this year, and I feel like I've adapted to it well now, and it's all about carrying it on for the rest of the season, because we've got a long, hard season, but off the pitch I'm dealing with things fine, and everyone at the club, the coaching staff, the players, and everyone involved has helped me out a lot. So I couldn't have asked for a much better place to settle in, and I'm really enjoying it.